Hello everyone, my name is Udita Khuntia. I'm from class 4 Stuart School, Bhubaneswar, and today I'm gonna tell you Mahabharata episode 10, The Lessons of Dronacharya. The lessons of Drona, you can tell. The lessons of Drona. And so here, the Pandavas and the Kauravas were happy to be taught by Kripa. They called him Kripacharya, the guru, Kripa, the teacher, you can tell. So there, due to our teachers, they paid Kripacharya respect to. So here, one day now, in the previous episode, I have told you, Kripi and Drona had come back to Hastinapur now. So one day, the Pandavas and the Kauravas were playing, and so their ball suddenly, not the Kauravas, only the Pandavas, the 5 Pandavas were playing among themselves with a small ball, and the ball just the ball just bounced and fell into a well. So the well had no water. That well was there. The well had no water, but it was very, very deep. Very much deep it was. And now the Pandavas tried their best to get the ball out, but could not succeed. So, by then, the brother-in-law of Kripa's brother-in-law, Drona, was passing by the gates. He saw the 5 Pandavas trying to get something out. So he just went there and asked, "What are you trying to get out?" Then the Pandavas said, "Oh, our ball just fell into the well, and now we could not get it out." So Drona laughed and said, "Okay, I will tell you how to take it out." He took a handful of durba grass, and then the grass, and then he just recited some magical mantra, and he took one grass and put it down the well. Then he just put it down the well, and it pierced the ball and stuck to it. Then he threw another one, then he threw another one, another. Just he made a chain holding each one. So then he pulled the chain easily, and it came out with the ball. So then he said, okay, I will tell you how I did it. And another way I will tell you, there is another way to take out. So he threw a ring which he was wearing. He took out a ring from his finger and threw it down the well. So now he said, "Give me a bow and an arrow." So Arjuna's favorite sport was archery. Gave Drona a bow and an arrow. So then Drona just he took a aim carefully. He carefully took a aim and shoot the arrow, and he shot the arrow inside the well. Then he just shoot the arrow inside the well at a speed, and in which it would go and take the ring and then come back once again. Like that he took a aim. So when he took a aim, it went and once again came back with the ring. So Drona catched it, and the ring, he took the ring with the bow, with the arrow, and just took the arrow with the ring, and then told the Pandavas to go and show them it to their grandfather Bhishma. So the Pandavas went to show it to their grandfather Bhishma, and Bhishma saw and heard this whole story from the excited boys. And then Bhishma just realized he had found another worthy teacher. Then he said to Drona he just requested Drona to instruct the Pandavas and the Kauravas. So Drona was happy to do that. And now Drona and his wife Kripi were no longer poor. So Drona began teaching the Pandavas and the Kauravas. So every day he would give everyone a jar with a narrow neck. One thing I forgot to tell you, and that was that, do you know Drona's son Asasthama? I told you in the previous episode. So he too learned with the Pandavas and the Kauravas, and there Drona would teach his son in secret, and he would teach the Pandavas everything he know equally, and but his son would get the but the son of but the Drona's son would get more what he'll get more skilled, but still. So now I will now tell you that still now two students of Drona were more skilled. Who are those two students? I'll tell you. So now listen it. So every day Drona gave each Pandava and his son Asasthama and the Pandavas and the Kauravas a jar with a narrow neck. But he would give his son Asasthama a wide neck jar. And so as a result, Asasthama came a little fast. And so by the time the others returned, Drona would teach his son in secret. So then, after some days, Arjuna used the arrow trick, and soon he began returning earlier than his cousins and brothers. So as a result, Arjuna and Asasthama were more skilled than the rest. And then it was time for Drona. After he had done his teaching, now it was time for Drona to seek his Guru Dakshina. Yes, and then now when it was time for him to seek his Guru Dakshina, then he said to Bhishma, he said that he told to the Pandavas that I will now test you. I will give you one test. You will have to pass it, and then I will seek my Guru Dakshina from you. So then he said to the Pandavas and the Kauravas to come and stand in a line. Everyone did. Each Kaurava and Pandava did the same thing, including his son. And then he first asked Yudhishthira, "What can you see?" He had a tree. He made a tree. He made them stand in front of a tree. On the tree had made a dummy bird. Not real bird. He just made it. And he said to Yudhishthira, "What can you see on the tree?" He said, "And now when I will tell you, you'll just shoot the arrow when I'll tell you. But first now tell me, what do you see?" Yudhishthira said, "I can see a tree, the sky, the bird, you, and my arm, and the bow and the arrow." So he said to Yudhishthira, "Go and stand, you are not yet ready to shoot." Then he asked Drona. He too answered, he can see the tree, the bird, the sky, and his bow and arrow, his shoulder, and you. Drona. So then just the same answer came from his younger brother Dusasana, and the remaining 98 also gave the same answer. Then he also asked the two Pandavas. Already Yudhishthira was done, and now he asked Bhima, Nakula, and Sahadeva. The three Pandavas he asked, and then they too gave the same reply. At last, but it was turn for Arjuna, and Arjuna said he can only see the eye of the bird. And Drona rejoiced because at least one of his students had understood the essence of what he had tried to teach them. And then he just said to them that now go to the capital of the kingdom of Panchala and get me bring the Panchala king to me, he said. All the Kauravas and the Pandavas went to the capital of Panchala kingdom, and there they began their fight with the king. But they could not easily get the king because the king had learned the same thing that Drona had. Because Drona's father had taught his Drona and Draupad, the king of Panchala king, the Panchala king. So he could not be easily defeated. So each and everyone tried. The 100 Kauravas tried and the 4 Pandavas tried. And at last Arjuna just rained his arrows on him and it stuck to him and he could not do anything. So he said, then Arjuna said, now come with me and save your life, humble Draupad, or not Draupad. And then Draupad said, okay, let us go. So then the 5 Pandavas and the 400 Kauravas presented Draupad before Drona. And he said, and Drona said to Draupad, now I will have half of your kingdom. Now I will have, Drona will have, I will have half of your kingdom. You will have the half and I will have the half. So I am not greedy as you are. Why? Because I am a Brahmin and Brahmins are not greedy like kings. So you can have the capital of the kingdom and I can have the rest. So now, when I asked you, a few years back, when I asked you about to help me to begin a new life, so you didn't help me, and you said only friends can be equals. So now I'll half of your kingdom, and I'm not greedy. I'm not a greedy Brahmin, so you can have the capital. And now we can be friends again. Humble. So let us be humble. You just be humble. Don't be cruel like that. So then Draupad said, okay, we will be friends once again. But deep inside him, something was going. He wished to have a son that would kill Drona and to seek his revenge, and a daughter who would wed noble Arjuna. And that story would be told later, not now. Thank you. Have a nice day.